Hi there, Total Wines and More. I'm Dino Altomare, Director of Education for Banfi Vintners. Thanks for taking a few minutes to talk about some of the beautiful wines from our portfolio. Since our founding in 1919, Banfi, under the leadership of the Mariani family, has become synonymous with pioneering regions and quality wines that focus on sustainability, research, and education, and offering luxury across every price point. With our third generation of family leadership, Cristina Mariani May, our proprietor and CEO, she is a steadfast champion of luxury wine and hospitality and continues to be recognized for her efforts in a holistic approach to sustainability with the solitary goal of contributing to a better wine world. Castello Banfi, renowned for the Renaissance of Brunello di Montalcino, was founded by the Mariani family in 1978. Since planting our first vines in Montalcino, our purpose has been to better understand our region, our grapes, and our wines, and most importantly, to share every bit of knowledge we've gained along the way with our fellow grape growers and winemakers. Our unique position in the southwest portion of the region allows us plentiful southern-facing slopes while harnessing the cooling breezes directly from the Mediterranean Sea. And even more interesting is our unique mineral-driven soil. In fact, this entire area was at one time part of an inland sea, and in 2007 we made the monumental discovery of a completely intact 30-foot whale skeleton dating back about 4 million years to the Pliocene era. This proved to us why our soils here are so unique, contributing a certain salinity and minerality that you just don't find elsewhere in the region. And there's no better endorsement of that pioneering and collaborative spirit than our range of Rosso and Brunello di Montalcino, which represent a culmination of over 4 decades of Castello Banfi's groundbreaking research on the clones of Sangiovese and studies in zonation, the solitary goal of which was producing a more outstanding quality and consistent Brunello, and that's exactly what lives in every bottle across the range. Starting with the meticulous selection of grape clusters from our constellation of single vineyards, to microvinification in our hybrid oak and stainless steel horizon fermenters, which we developed and shared with the entire winemaking community. Our relentless pursuit of excellence is captured in every bottle. Rosso di Montalcino, often referred to as the little sibling of Brunello, offers an introduction to the world of Sangiovese and Montalcino, and at a tremendous value. And that's because it truly does share its DNA with its bigger, bolder sibling. Similar to Brunello, Rosso di Montalcino can only be made within the historic municipality of Montalcino, and must also be comprised solely of Sangiovese. As a DOC, however, some of the requirements are a little bit less stringent, specifically in regards to yields and aging. Rosso only requires 1 year of aging after harvest, meaning that these wines tend to be fresher and more approachable now. Castello Banfi Rosso di Montalcino is of course born of our select estate clones of Sangiovese, and to maintain that freshness, we ferment in stainless steel, followed by 12 months of aging in a combination of French oak barriques and larger Slavonian oak barrels, with a final 6-month rest and bottle. So in benefiting from our years of research and attention to detail in the winery, we're able to offer a classic expression of Sangiovese in Montalcino, on the level of any great Brunello, but at a much more affordable price. This is a great selection for anyone looking for a fresher, brighter style of Sangiovese without that heavier, bolder palate that comes along with years of aging. But it's also a great wine for those that are exploring the world of Brunello, or maybe just getting their feet wet, and are looking for a great representation of Sangiovese in its purest form. Think bright blackberries and raspberry with just a touch of coffee and tobacco. Its balanced structure will allow this Rosso to age remarkably well, but with its great approachability now, I suggest enjoying this wine alongside some grilled meats, medium-aged cheeses, or a simple pasta con pomodoro. Castello Banfi Brunello di Montalcino encapsulates over 40 years of our pioneering research in Montalcino and stands proudly as the flagship wine of our estate. The secret strength of our Brunello lies in its consistency and approachability. While powerful, our Brunello can be enjoyed immediately upon release or can be cellared for many years and held for that special occasion. And in this way, it really represents a modern style of Brunello, one with generous yet approachable fruit that still honors the hallowed traditions in Montalcino, giving us the structure and earthiness we expect from this historic region. Following the historic DOCG regulation, our Brunello is comprised 100% of Sangiovese, all of which are our selected clones, and are harvested from our constellation of single vineyards. Fermentation of each vineyard takes place in our patented hybrid horizon fermenters, which bring together the best of both oak and stainless steel tanks, allowing greater temperature control while still giving us maximum exposure to oak. The wine then spends at least 24 months in a combination of small French oak barriques and large Slavonian oak barrels before blending and an additional 24 months of bottle aging, and is released on the January 1st of the 5th year following the harvest in accordance with the DOCG regulation. The beautiful violet and licorice notes on the nose give way to a full, velvety and elegant palate that really comes to life when enjoyed with wild game, traditional Tuscan pastas like pappardelle with wild boar, and is an ideal match with aged cheeses. Everything about this wine evokes the simple luxury of Tuscan living. Castello Banfi Poggio alla Mura, our estate's eponymous wine, honors the great winemaking tradition not only of Montalcino, but of our estate, known today as Castello Banfi. The area immediately surrounding our historic fortress, which still bears the name Poggio alla Mura, or Walled Hilltop, was identified very early on in our research as having an ideal mix of soils and exposure for Sangiovese. It's a selection of 12 small vineyards at our highest elevation, just under 1,200 feet, that are carefully hand-harvested, vinified separately in our hybrid oak and stainless steel fermenters, and aged in a combination of large French oak casks and small French barriques for about 3 years before blending and bottle aging. This longer oak aging doesn't give us more oak flavor, but it helps to extract the sweet tannins from the oak that balances the broader structure of the fruit we get from these vineyards. The result is a Brunello only made in 4- and 5-star vintages with immense personality, with white pepper and currants and blackberries, but the structure is what sets this wine apart. The soft integrated tannins from the oak aging alongside the great acidity from the soils and elevation make for a cellar-worthy wine that pairs beautifully with ripe cheeses, Tuscan liver pate, and enjoys a distinct harmony with cured meats. Of course, we also produce a very small quantity of this wine as a riserva, meaning an additional year of aging is required by law. We choose to do that additional year of aging mostly in bottle, as it better preserves the character and fruit flavors and begins to develop the perfumed bouquet that this wine is known for. Castello Banfi's Poggio all'Oro Brunello, meaning Hill of Gold, was the second Brunello we released from our estate, the first vintage being 1985, and the first vineyard that we planted on the site of a pre-existing vineyard. This particular location was identified very early on for its prime positioning just northeast of the castle, with southwest-facing slopes. While only about 18 hectares or 45 acres in total, this single vineyard presents 4 very unique soil types across 2 parcels and ranges in elevation from about 750 to 836 feet, providing incredible diversity and balance, and just the most ideal expression of Sangiovese planted here in Montalcino. At harvest, all of the fruit is hand-selected, hand-sorted, and vinified in our hybrid oak and stainless steel fermenters. Poggio all'Oro Brunello is made only in exceptional vintages, and because it's a riserva Brunello, by law it receives a minimum of 1 additional year of aging for a total of 5 years. About 3.5 years of that time is spent in a combination of large French oak casks and smaller French oak barriques. The goal being a rich and elegant riserva with unique balance and structure, well-integrated tannins, and a super long finish, which is the consummate expression of our terroir. This wine will shine best alongside bold dishes. Think rich stews or complex cheeses, and the quintessential bistecca alla fiorentina, but also lends itself perfectly as a meditation wine. Thank you for joining us to learn about our diverse and vibrant portfolio. From our house to yours, salute to a better wine world.